Thanks so much for joining myself and TDN on Zoom. I suppose we'll start off with your new venture. What is Keep Kicking Racing?
So Keep Kicking, I started this year. It's been kind of an idea for a fair few years, and although a lot of people told me that maybe this wasn't the best year to give it a go, I thought I might give it a go anyway. The whole idea is to try and have some good fun days out, and next year could be a year that people need some fun days out. So I thought I'd give it a go and see where we get to.
Great. So is it a syndicate? How many members are you hoping to have join? What's the kind of premise of it?
Yeah, it's just a small little syndicate. It's I've tried to sell 5% shares, and instead of selling 5% shares in one horse, I've tried to sell them in both, so that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. And the people that have supported me so far, that have been great and supported me so far, have taken a share in each horse, which is really good. Takes the pressure off a little bit.
Definitely. So you've got two horses. Just tell us a little bit about them both.
Yeah. So we've got two-year-old fillies, or there will be two. One's an Ardad filly out of a mare called Valila. Valila's a second-generation homebred from us Norrises, and we raced the dam ourselves. She was very tough, and we raced her at 2 with Mr. Charlton. She won and was placed, I think, a further 2 times, and we then sold her on to Spain, where she became the Spanish Guineas winner. And she kind of has a little place in our hearts. We love her. She's very tough, and her first run has already been placed at 2, so it's a family we love. She's obviously bred by us, so she's GBB registered, which is a huge selling point to try and get people on, and I think Grant does a great job with that scheme. And obviously by Ardad, who stands at Overbury stud that I really, really like. I think they have some great stallions, and he's exciting. He was a Royal Ascot winner. So it looks a good match to produce a good 2-year-old anyway, hopefully.
Definitely. And the second filly?
Yeah, the second filly is a slightly different angle. We bought her at the Tats Ascot sale for quite cheap, in the hopes that she'd run off a lightweight in the Tatsel's Ascot sales race if we can get her there. Again, she's a classic 2-year-old in physical, sharp and strong, but not overly big. And I really like her. She's a family of 2-year-olds, so hopefully she can be one as well.
Very good. They're obviously both fillies, and you mentioned the GBB bonus scheme there. Can you maybe just go into a bit more detail about that in case anyone hasn't heard of it? Although I think it's been very well received, so probably everyone has. But I suppose it's kind of an advantage to you as well that they are fillies and they can go for those kind of races. Absolutely,
yeah. So it's a scheme that Grant Pritchard Gordon has a lot to do with. And because she was bred in Britain by us, and she's by a British stallion, she can run into races for up to 20,000 bonus on top of the prize money. So you're looking to cover quite a lot of your expenses for the year with just winning one race. So hopefully we can target some of those races, and the trainers are hopefully decided as well. So the Ardad filly will hopefully go to Clive Cox, who in my opinion is probably the best 2-year-old trainer out there. I think he's great, and he's had a lot of success with syndicates before as well. Heartache won the Queen Mary for Hop to Trot and Sam Hoskins syndicate, and he was always top of the list for a trainer for me. And the Camacho filly will go to Tom Ward, who is obviously a young trainer, but I think more than able to train. He's already had some good winners, and he's really good at trying to get new owners into the sport. So I've had to sit down and talk with him, and he's been really great at, said bring them over any time and let's have some fun days out. So I'm really excited to have him on board as well.
Oh, brilliant. That sounds really good. Obviously, they're both still yearlings going to be turning 2 at the turn of the year. Where are they at? What stage are they at in their career at the minute?
Both broken in. They went to Chris and Claire Bonner, who do a brilliant job, so I was really pleased they went there. And the vibes were positive, sharp, early, easy to deal with. So they're back home on the farm at the minute and just kicked out, getting their heads down. Bit of grass and a bit of downtime, and then hopefully look to send them off in December at some point.
Very good. So I know that you said there a little bit earlier on in the interview that this is an idea that you've had for a few years. You know, I mean, why is syndication something that you're particularly interested in, or, you know, why have you decided to, I suppose, you know, go down this route really?
I think it came from, we always had a couple of fillies every year that we didn't sell that we owned, and a few of them have gone over to Spain. My dad has a big involvement in Spain, and a few of them we've sold for money that we really shouldn't have sold them for. And this is probably like five or 6 years ago now that it started. And I always thought, well, why don't we enjoy them a bit more and try and get some friends and family together and actually have a bit of fun and race them ourselves, as opposed to sell them for peanuts, and we'll watch them do all the good work on the track and not in our name. So I've wanted to do it for a long time. And like I say, a lot of people said, you know, don't do it this year, but the whole idea is that we just have a bit of fun. And if we can have some fun next year with everything that's going on, then that's a good point for next year, I think.
Definitely. So just the pricing structure of the syndicate, is it an all-inclusive once paid fee? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's an upfront fee. If you want to share it, a 5% share in each filly, it's 3,500, or if you just want one, half of that. I kind of did that in the hopes that it would take away the monthly repayment, and people could sit back and just enjoy the year's racing without having to worry about the fees. So that has to be paid before the end of December, hopefully. And if we still have some shares left over, we can try and sell them into January. But I've been really lucky so far that lots of family and friends have supported me, and I thought it's a good idea. So we've sold probably about 50% shares already, so that's good.
That's really exciting. I was actually going to ask you there about, are you targeting any particular demographic of people, or is it kind of open to everybody? But you've mentioned their friends and family, which is also a great way to, enjoy something a bit more, isn't it? Because everyone involved, and there's always a bit more banter, isn't there?
Yeah, it's definitely not, just friends and family. It's just for anyone that wants to get involved in ownership for kind of minimum costs but maximum enjoyment kind of thing. And I've invited a few people that I thought would be great to have on board. But if there's anyone out there that does want a cheap leasing of 2 fillies for the year, then come and get involved, because it just should be some fun.
Definitely. And obviously, Tom's mentioned about having the syndicate come down to the yard, and you're hoping to go racing. But what are your customer service, things that you're implementing for the syndicate? What's the communication like, and what can people expect from Keep Kicking Racing?
I'd like to hope what any good syndicate offers, regular updates whenever I'm given them, and I will be pushing the trainers for them, but regular updates and a real involvement. If they have, the fillies aren't named, if they want this decision in deciding the name, then I'm more than happy to, open up a voting poll. If they want a decision where the horses run, again, likewise. Just like a real ownership experience. And I think both the trainers are trainers that will have us at the yard and make it good fun for people involved, some good fun days out, and hopefully we can get to the race course a few times as well.
Definitely. And I mean, this is the stage you can dream, isn't it? So you mentioned earlier a few races that you might be looking at targeting, but can you kind of give us a rough idea of what you would have liked them to achieve maybe this time in 2021?
The Ardad filly can win the Queen Mary, I think. And the Camacho filly can win the big sales race, and that'll do for the first year, I reckon. I won't ask too much.
No, I think they're good aims. Very nice. And so, Conor, I think this is something that's been close to your heart. So it's obviously not just going to be a 1-year project. What would you like Keep Kicking to look like maybe in 5 years' time, or are you thinking that far ahead?
Not really, to be honest. At the minute, it's only small, a couple of fillies. So it wouldn't, it's not like it's taking over my life or anything. But if it can progress and we can have a couple of fillies every year, as long as we have a bit of success and some fun days out, then I'll definitely try and keep it going, because I don't want it to just be like a 1-year wonder kind of thing. But no plans to expand anyway. Just fun and small, and see what we can do.
Brilliant. Well, Conor, I wish you all the best of luck with it, and I look forward to following the fillies' progression through 2021, and hopefully we will be cheering you on in the Queen Mary.
Thanks, Elena. Thank you very much.